Welcome to this week's podcast. I'm Michelle Pascoe, and thank you so much for joining me. Each week, I either interview an amazing guest, or perhaps I'm sharing my own insights over the past 3 decades in this amazing industry, as well as being in business. This podcast is for those in the hospitality industry, but it's also so much more than that. It's for someone just like you. Perhaps you're an individual building a business, or you're just starting out building a team, or you have many people that you lead and manage. If that is so, and you are wanting to create an amazing experience for your patrons, your clients, your members, then this is the podcast for you. Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. I'm actually recording this while I'm up in Brisbane in a motel room. So sorry if you can hear the air conditioning going there in the background. And I do hope the audio is okay, as I'm up here presenting at the Dietitians 2024 conference. It's an Australia-wide association. And it really got me thinking about where I've been speaking over the last few weeks and being with people who think like us or are perhaps in the same industry, and then exposing ourselves to other industries to even learn and connect even deeper with others. Last week, I was emceeing an event for 3 days at the ICC in Sydney before the Australasian Gaming Expo put on by GTA, the Gaming Technologies Association there in Australia. This is my 5th year. And being both the MC and moderator over, with panels and individual speakers, as well as walking on the trade floor, it provided me an opportunity to see the vast array of individuals and organizations who work in the hospitality industry, either directly or consult or supply products. They all came together with this one key component that they had in common, which was the hospitality and gaming industry. What I thought was interesting is that these are all individuals whose paths may never ever cross, but because they have this commonality in the industry, it brings them together. And when they do, they have that opportunity to share their experiences, to build upon their knowledge base, to share also their insights, which is absolutely ideal. And the opportunity to actually expose people first time in the industry. There are a number of students from TAFE who are undertaking the event management course who were also attending over the 3 days. They were coming in, assisting us in the seminar rooms, but also down on the trade floor, and just providing them that opportunity to be around and have conversations with people already in this space, to share their knowledge. As you know, with 4 generations in the workplace now, and a lot of that institutional knowledge, it's always lovely to hear others sharing their knowledge with the people that are just coming in to the industry. I'm fortunate, as being a professional speaker, I've had the opportunity to present to various industries and associations. And as mentioned at the start, today, while I'm recording this, I presented a keynote presentation on from baby boomers to Gen Z, and looking at diversity in the workplace. And I absolutely loved it. But what I also enjoyed was attending other panels and hearing other speakers, but also observing those in the corridors and sitting in the chairs, listening to the various speakers, because they all have something in common. They are all dietitians, or have, that connection to the health service. And it's always lovely to see the reconnections that, they haven't seen people perhaps for a year, or perhaps have only spoken to them online, but also the new connections. Once again, those were just coming into the industry, and for those that had been there for quite a period of time, whether they're working for government health services in their own practices, or working for private individuals. It's this commonality of the industry that brings them together once again. So I'd like to ask you, what conferences do you attend for your industry, your association? Is it the fun in meeting people? It's hearing the amazing speakers. I'll just give myself a self plug there. You can contact me anytime as a professional speaker. But also, what I love doing and what I'd like to ask you is, do you ever go to conferences or seminars that are outside of your industry? Because I do. And why I do that, it is to further my own personal and professional development in educating myself outside of my industry. Because what I found, there is a big world outside of gaming and hospitality. That there's health, there's millions. It seems like millions, and it's global associations and global industries that, as well as really small little businesses. I speak a lot at small business chambers, and I love to see the dynamic of those just starting in business, or perhaps just like me, started up a business 30 years ago and continue. Because when you go to another industry or a seminar, I believe you learn so much more. Yes, there is that opportunity to connect with others that you perhaps have nothing in common until you sit there and hear about it, where perhaps there could be opportunities for collaboration or opportunities to learn further from them. But also, it's an opportunity to make friends. It's an opportunity to share what knowledge you have and for them to share with you. It's about connection. We all need each other. We can be different, and we certainly are, but we all need each other. We need to be connected. Human survival, I believe, is so important to connection and communication. Well, connection and communication is so vital for human survival. We can't do this alone. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know, what conferences or seminars have you attended outside your industry, and what were the outcomes? Did you just come away with a whole lot of notes? Because I love going to research conferences and going, wow, I just love this research. Don't know how I'm going to use it, but I just love it. Or have you come away with new ideas that perhaps you can also implement in your business and your industry? Or perhaps you've just had a really good time meeting people, a good belly laugh, and your brain has expanded just that little bit more. Thank you so much for joining me today to talk about collaboration, connections, and communication within and out of the industry that you are a part of. Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's podcast. I do hope there was some moments of aha, insights, tips, and some action steps for you to take in your business or organization. I love being in this industry. So the more that you can get the word out about this podcast, because it really is an honor and a privilege to have so many amazing guests on the podcast, that we need to get the word out there. So please share. A review would be wonderful. And if you'd like to reach out and learn more about what I do and my signature program for the leadership development middle management movement, please have a look at the website, www.michellepascoe.com. Take care, everyone. Bye.